Okay, folks, I don't know if you've heard about it, but there was a Border Patrol agent in Havre, it's Havre, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Montana. A Border Patrol agent stopped two U.S.-born women, Hispanic women, and he stopped them in a convenience store and asked for their IDs because they were speaking Spanish. Now, for you geographically challenged people, Montana is on the Canadian border, okay? And again, possibly that had nothing to do with it. But for some reason, I think that had quite a bit to do with it. So I'm going to play the video I found, and it's a little under 3 minutes. And you can judge for yourself as far as what's going down with this. But I want to make a further point because I actually saw this topic on the CNN Don Lemon show last night. And for some reason, and it happens all the time, anytime there's something that's really going to be highly controversial, Don Lemon normally brings up that topic with about 10 minutes to go in the second hour of his broadcast. And I was hot to trot because the situation got really hot between Don and Tara Setmayor. So anyway, let me play the video and then I'll go into that piece.
Ma'am, the reason I asked you for your ID is because I came in here and I saw that you guys are speaking Spanish, which is very unheard of up here.
Okay.
Just write your name, date of birth.
We have absence. Just because our purple, right?
No.
Racial purple.
Nothing to do with that.
No.
It's the fact that it has to do with you guys speaking Spanish in the store.
Spanish in the store.
In a state where it's predominantly English speaking.
Okay. Sounds good. Can we have your name also?
Yes, sir. It is Agent O'Neill.
So we just come here to the store to buy milk and eggs. And this border patrol, he just asked for ID because we have an accent and we speak Spanish. So it is illegal to speak Spanish in Montana?
No, ma'am, it's not illegal. It's just very unheard of.
Really?
Yes.
So are you new here?
No, ma'am, I've been up here for a while.
Oh, really? When we ask why we get stopped, and we say because us English is not good, and we want to speak Spanish in Montana, in the store. And here, they speak only English. And after he stopped us, he called, and another car comes here. Sad. This is sad is happening in Montana, in Havre, Montana. Just because you speak Spanish in the store, you are stopped. That is very, very sad. So people from Havre don't speak Spanish. I need to come back home. So if you guys want to call somebody to pick up from here or something, because I need to come back home right now. That's it. I am a U.S. citizen and I have my rights. I was born in the United States of America. So please, give me my paper back and I'm coming back home. Okay, I need to come back home because my husband is waiting for me. Okay, so the police is coming. You can call them and put us in jail if it's necessary. I need my ID and I need to come back home because I'm American citizen and I have rights. Okay? Yes, I do have rights. She has rights. She was born here too. We are not, just because my husband is American, he don't make me American. I was born here. Okay? I have my rights, and I know that. I am waiting for 16, 17 minutes right now, just because I speak Spanish. That's the only thing you have on me.
All right, anyway, they were held there about approximately 40 minutes while they, and I don't know why it took them 40 minutes to run their IDs, but it took them 40 minutes to run their IDs and finally release them. All right, but anyway, the subject came up on the Don Lemon show last night. And Tara Setmayor was one of the three panelists. All three were Hispanic based, let's just say that, females. And one of the women was highly upset about the whole situation. The third person was pretty upset about the situation. But Tara Setmayor, okay, said that she could see both sides of the issue. And she did make a couple of points. One of which is that the Border Patrol, if you weren't aware of it, had the legal authority to operate within 100 miles of any U.S. border. So that's Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California, and then all the northern states, Washington, Montana, Minnesota, etc., 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 anything bordering Canada. Okay? So, this again occurred in Montana, and because the two women were speaking Spanish, this Border Patrol agent felt that he had provocation to stop them and ask them for their papers. Well, any U.S. citizen has the right to freely travel. You can travel anywhere within the states, and you cannot be challenged on your citizenship. That being said, there are some states where police officers have the legal authority to ask you for an ID. Not all states require this. California is not one of the states that requires that you provide a legal ID when challenged by a police officer. Texas is not as well. I don't believe that Montana is one of the states where it's required. But this Border Patrol agent, whose job it is to apprehend illegal people or people illegally entering the country within 100 miles of the border, and he has a lot of latitude, challenged these two women. But what they don't tell you is they have to have probable cause to challenge. Now, the last time I looked, the United States does not have an official language. A lot of people want to say it's English, but no, the United States doesn't have an official language. Now, you have some states that want to set one, but for the most part, no official language. So if you're in New York and people happen to be speaking damn near anything, especially Spanish, you know, you got a ton of Puerto Ricans and other people from Latin American countries, Central American countries, South American countries that are speaking Spanish. You're going to hear Spanish speaking all over the place. So I guess that would be a Border Patrolman's nightmare. But up in Montana, lily white Montana, you're not going to get a lot of Spanish speaking people. But the use of language as the sole determining factor for challenging someone's status as far as being a citizen is concerned, that's a no-no. But the Border Patrol agent decided to state, as you saw, that he was asking for their ID merely because they were speaking Spanish. Now, my assumption is both of these ladies' husbands are white guys living up in Montana. I don't think you're going to have too many 100% Hispanic families heading for Havre, Montana. Then again, I could be wrong, but one lady said her husband was absolutely white. I'm not 100% sure about the other one. That being said, Miss Setmayor, whose parents I guess, father is Italian German, and whose mother is from Guatemala, decided that she was going to try to give some credence to the Border Patrol's ability to stop people. Well, Don Lemon wasn't having it, because he said it was, and I believe he was right, racial profiling. And she was not having that. She had to have her way. The argument got so heated that they went to a commercial, and when they came back, Don had ended the segment and went off into something else. I damn sure wanted to see that one go on. Now, the reason Miss Sotomayor, who does have Hispanic, well, one Hispanic parent, was so gung-ho is because she was working with the Border Patrol when she worked for Dana Rohrabacher, who is a House of Representative member, or was a House of Representative member from the state of California. Oh, and by the way, he's got ties to the Russians, just in case you were interested. And she worked with him to get a douchebag Border Patrol agent sentence, well, actually the sentence wasn't commuted. She got a pardon along with Mr. Rohrabacher for a dirty, and I do mean dirty, and I just saw a video about all of the dirty Border Patrol agents. She got a sentence pardoned so that he could, I guess, go on about his business. So she basically was trying to carry water for the Border Patrol agents, but she would not acknowledge that this issue had to do with racial profiling, which the other two ladies backed. And see, now this is the problem that we have with people like this that are right-leaning. No matter what something looks like, they're always going to find some reason to call it something else that is more favorable to their point of view. She went on Twitter and was jumping up and down about Don Lemon not allowing her to speak, but at the same time, she was trying to overtalk him. And you know Don Lemon's persuasion, he wasn't having that either. So, you know, she claimed that Don was shouting her down unfairly, but she was talking just as loud to him and wasn't willing to listen to what he was trying to say as far as the situation being racial profiling as well. So, you know, are there two sides of this situation? Well, if you dig hard enough, yeah, there are two sides, but she was basically trying to utilize the law as agreed to by the Supreme Court. Ms. Sotomayor, I refer you to the Dred Scott case, where the Supreme Court decided that no matter what, black people could not be citizens. They could only be property. End of story.